I know it is so windy and it's kind of chilly today, but I am still cooking outside, and we are still at KOFA National Wildlife Refuge having a wonderful time. We kind of wish the wind would die down, but today it's another kite flying kind of day, and I am going to do something with some leftovers. So the other day we made breakfast. It was the Greek Pita Breakfast Sandwiches that we did, and I told you that that recipe served 4, but Pete and I were eating alone, so we actually had enough meat left over. We had, we served 2, and then we had 2 servings left over. So I am going to today take these, the leftover meat from that recipe, which was some ground beef and some bacon, and I am going to reinvent that into our lunchtime meal. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the grill right now. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it lit. Ooh, it's very dirty. Oh my gosh, I cooked last night and I got busy and I forgot that I didn't clean the grill. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna let this heat up, we're gonna clean it up, and then we will start cooking our lunch, dinner. We're doing another dinner. You can see how much dust is going by, and there are people that are traveling up and down this dirt gravel road, kicking up a ton of dust because of how windy it is. They're going to hike at the trail, and you know what? We're on the wrong side of the wind today, so I'm going to try to keep our food as clean and dirt-free as possible. But part of camping is enjoying a little bit of dirt. We say it gives you extra vitamins and minerals, right? A little bit of dirt. I don't know. Anyway, I don't do that at home when I'm in the kitchen, but out here it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let this heat up and clean off the grill. But while I'm waiting for that to heat a little bit, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I've just got, like I said, that leftover meat, and I've got some tortilla chips. And I've got a little bit of, actually I got a lot, but I'm only going to use a little bit of this shredded. This one is, I think it's a Colby Jack I got, cheddar jack cheese. Some jalapeno peppers and serrano peppers for Pete. And I've got a huge jar that I haven't opened yet of one of our favorite salsas, Mateos. We get this one at Costco. We get almost everything. All this stuff actually came from Costco. So I am going to heat up the meat and moisten it a little bit with this salsa so that it has some moisture to kind of get re-moisturized, because it gets a little bit dry in the refrigerator. And this is going to give me the flavor that I need to add that Mexican flavor, because this was Greek flavors, but really the meat was just kind of, a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper and stuff. So it doesn't have a ton of flavor right now by itself. So this is the magic ingredient that's going to turn this meat into a Mexican fiesta. So I'm going to clean off the grill here. Oh my gosh, if we don't blow away, it's going to be a miracle today. The wind is coming from behind, so I'm going to have a little hard time keeping this as warm as it should be. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my camp stove little wind guard here and try to block some of that wind that's coming from behind today. Clean up this grill, and we will start to reheat our meat. Probably going to have to keep this temperature, or the grill heat, instead of on a lower setting, a little bit higher, because of how windy it is today. And it's pretty chilly too. Chilly for Arizona in January. Yeah, I made a mess here last night, and I forgot about cleaning it. You know what? We got busy. We started hanging around at the campfire with our friends and enjoying a really beautiful sunset. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to show you what our sunset looked like last night. You're going to totally enjoy that. It was phenomenal. So hence I've got an excuse for not having my grill clean this morning. Well, at least it's good enough for me as an excuse. I did a recipe that I tested, but it was too dark to actually video it. It turned out really great, so I'm going to have to do it again and get it on video and share it with you. Pete emptied our garbage cans this morning, and probably a little on the early side because we've got nothing weighting them down. When you don't have enough garbage in your collapsible garbage cans, they will tend to blow away. So, huh?
Got rocks.
Yeah, even though we got rocks in the bottom, you know, they're still kind of blowing all over the place. Now I did leave this room out for, I left this meat out on the counter in the trailer for a little bit, so it's kind of almost room temperature. It's still a little chilly, but I'm going to throw it on the grill here, and I'm going to have to close that lid to keep some heat in there. So before I do that though, I'm going to add a little bit of this salsa. This salsa is not a super chunky salsa. It is more liquidy. It has absolutely fantastic flavor. So we love this one. I always recommend using a mild salsa or mild anything if you've got, you know, people that have different tolerances for heat in their food, and then add extra heat on the side with extra hot sauce or extra peppers, whatever. So I'm just going to toss this and let this heat through. And then on this same griddle here, I am going to just do the nachos right on top of this. Oops, I lost a piece. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. Then I try to give that a little more chance to heat up by closing this lid. And while that's closed, I am going to chop up a few peppers for Pete. We'll do some jalapenos, and then if he wants to have some serranos too, he can add a couple extra serranos. But I like to do these. Now look at this. It's gonna blow away. Everything's blown away. You know that you're a real camper if when, you know, things start to get a little nasty with the weather, you're still out here cooking, right? Never let that deter you. So I can either put these on in little rings, but they're going to be kind of big bites of hotness. And this is sort of a medium-ish, I think, jalapeno heat level. So I think they look good when they're rings like this, but if you want them to be less heat, then just kind of chop them up and get rid of the seeds. The membrane and the seed will actually add a little extra heat. So if you want to get that out of there, then just, you know, de-seed and chop them small, so you just get a little teeny bit in each bite. All right, there, we're looking good now. All right, so I want this to be meat heavy, not chips heavy. It's just Pete and I having a little bit of lunch here with this. So this is gonna be, it's almost like when you portion it out, it'd be almost like eating a burger, right? So it's our dinner. And we're gonna, if we eat dinner tonight, it'll be a real light dinner. So I'm just gonna move this over here to the side and start to pile up my chips. So all I want to do here is basically throw some chips on, just kind of in a little bit of a single layer. And I'm just going to want to heat the, melt the cheese a little bit, and since the meat is already heated up there, you know, it's going to help to melt the cheese too. So now I'm just going to add some cheese to this right here. And that is my glue, so all of the meat sticks to the nachos. Now I'm going to sprinkle this meat over the top. And you know, most people don't put bacon necessarily in their nachos, but like when I do a reinvent, when I have some leftovers, you know, I said the other day, I love having leftovers because I like to reinvent them. So this meat's already cooked, so all I'm doing here is reheating it and using it. As long as I use it in something that tastes a little different than the last time, Pete is happy with that. But otherwise, if Pete's eating leftovers that just taste like the same thing, just eating it the next day, he's not real happy. So I try to reinvent with different flavors. Mexican is a real easy flavor to achieve when you're just using a little bit of salsa or something like that. So I'm going to close this up, let that heat up, and then we're eating. If you didn't get the recipe for my Greek pitas, I will leave a link for that in the description below. And make sure you try that. And if you have, if you're feeding 4 people, I think everybody's going to love it. But if you're only feeding 2, don't worry about going ahead and following the recipe as the directions suggest, and then doing a reheat and doing something like this. You can use this leftover meat and things like this, or something like a soup or a pasta. You know, if you want to do something and make it kind of Italian flavors, there's a lot of ways to reinvent. So let's take a look. I don't want this to be up too high. I'm not trying to, I don't want to burn those nachos, but I definitely want to heat the cheese. The skinnier you shred the cheese, if you buy it pre-shredded, and you know, it's like that really fine shred, then it will obviously melt and heat better than if you just have, you know, bigger chunks. The bigger the chunks, the more heat it takes. So if I am not doing well here with heating this, I am going to turn it up. And for the chips to actually begin to burn, it's pretty hard for that to happen. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'll leave this lid down, hopefully trap some heat in, and hopefully we'll be eating soon. I'm having a little problem having that cheese on the top melt. The cheese on the bottom is probably already melted because I got hot meat that I put on top there. I'm going to add a little bit of water, but I don't want to have the water get into the chips. I'm going to put the water on the side because I just want to generate a little bit of steam inside the griddle without heating. Watch that. So see that heat? See that steam? That's what I want to do. I want to try to generate a little extra heat on top. We're hoping we don't blow away. So far, we haven't had our awning here rip, so that's a good thing. And we haven't had anything really blow over, so it's all good, right? All right, I think we might have a problem with heating this stuff up. I'll go get some plates while that's trying to heat. Let's take a look at how we're looking. All right. Yes, so the cheese that actually hit the griddle is starting to burn a little bit, but that's not actually something that we're going to eat. It just kind of fell over the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and start plating this up. Throw my jalapenos on top. Let me get this out of here. And you know I love using the Blackstone because everything can kind of stay warm on there. So if you're only taking a few chips off and scooping a little bit off, just close the lid and everything will stay warm for a little time before it really starts cooling down. So let me take, this will be Pete's portion. I like giving him the nucleus. Let's see if we can get this off without making a huge mess. Ooh, I made a little bit of a mess there. Not too bad. Let's try it, see how it goes. Really good. You know what? I forgot to mention something. The chips that I use are a sea salt and lime. And that adds a lot of flavor instead of just using a regular standard tortilla chip. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier, but you might want to try these. Really good. I'll leave a link in the description below for the KOFA National Wildlife Refuge camping that we're doing here boondocking. See you again soon. Bye-bye.